y'all, welcome back to my channel. This is Mo. Today's video is actually a vlog about books that I've been avoiding. This is like maybe 2 months old now. This is whenever I was kind of like not posting, so I just feel like the masses need to see it. But this is the intro basically. I hope that y'all enjoy. Bye. Hey y'all, I am assuming that this video has an intro because I've just started just talking to my camera twice now, so if not, it is what it is. But I don't know if I mentioned, but I did start Blood Like Fate by Liselle Sambury. This is the second book in the Blood Like Magic duology. Y'all, I read this all the way in October 2023. I believe I gave this one 4.25. I'm reading Blood Like Fate. I got to 10% of it and I'm already telling y'all a little bit. Okay, so I had actually forgot so much of what was really important in that first book. Because this is the second book, I'm not gonna really tell y'all like a lot of what goes on. Like, I think it would spoil a lot of what happens in the first one if you're interested, so I'm not gonna do that. In this one, right now I'm just vibing, but it's only 10%. I don't really have like a lot of like, there's no theories to be had, there's no predictions. I'm just reading it, honestly. It's a book I've been avoiding because the first one wasn't, I thought it was gonna be a 5 and it was really like, it was 4.25 or whatever, so like it's really not that deep, but I wanted to like it more and I was a little annoyed with how it was written, like just like the talking between each character and just like the decisions that were made. Like the main character Voya, I can still say this as of what I'm reading right now, I really don't like her as a main character. She's not like likable for me, but she's a young girl trying to figure stuff out. Like she's taking care of her family the best way that she knows how to. She didn't really get prepared for a lot of things. It's weird to say like she's selfish because she's doing a lot for her family. Like it seems like her whole, like everything she does is for her family, so when she does stuff for herself, I'm like, okay. But also the things that she does is just like sometimes infuriating. Also, I didn't know this was set in Toronto, because I was listening to the audiobook and I was like, Toronto? How do y'all say it? Toronto? I think I used to say Toronto, but like that sounds really weird right now. And Toronto. I feel like that's how Torontonians say the word. Toronto, Canada. Okay. Yeah, there's really not much I can really even tell y'all because it's piggybacking off of like literally exactly whenever this one was done. Some things happened and that's all I had to say. I read it like a day ago. I didn't read anything yesterday and I really wanted to, but I was really like not in the mood to like lock in. So we'll see what I could do today. Hey y'all, so I'm currently 40% into the book and I was gonna wait till I got to like 50 or 60 to update y'all, but why not? I've been reading for like 30 minutes and like I've got the audiobook going. It expires in like 3 or 4 days and I'm really committed to finishing it today or tomorrow. I have not been making time for reading. Like it's August 10th today and I have not finished one book and this is really not like me. This is not like me. And I'm trying not to be like hard on myself because I don't really feel like I'm in a slump. I just feel like there's so many things I want to read and I'm just like, if something is not immediately getting me, I'm like, should I be doing this? And like, this probably wasn't the right time to do this kind of video. You know what I mean? Anyway, now that we're finally over the 40% hump, I am enjoying this a lot more and I'm so happy to say that. It's not giving 5 right now. Things can change. It's like, I'm really happy that Voya's support around her is really like emphasizing like you need to forge your own path. Like you don't need to be like anybody before you. You need to do your own thing in your own style. She was constantly being really selfless at some point and now she's a little too selfish. So her people are like, you need to balance that out. Like you're doing things for yourself. It's not just for the family anymore. Like you need to, you know, it's almost like everyone that really loves with her and with her is like either distance or they don't with her no more. And I'm like, damn girl, you the problem. You are the problem. I'm trying to figure out, like, if y'all have read the book, I want to know if y'all like Voya as a main character, because I'm really having a hard time, like, liking her, honestly. And she's just a child. I think she's 17 or 16. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much life for her to learn. Like, there's so much things for her to still grasp that she's not yet seen. But I'm like, baby girl, wrap it up. Wrap it the f*** up. I'm trying to figure out if there's anything else I wanted to tell y'all. But I guess not. But I'm really excited for the other books that I'm like wanting to read for this. Like I think I want to do 2 more. If like, oh shit, what the hell? Oh, girl, having natural hair. This was like hanging. You can't even see it. This was hanging off my iPad, and I thought it was a bug flinging around. Yeah, sometimes, yeah, them little coils of hair, they get me. They get me. When I see them on the carpet, I be like. But yeah, I'm really excited for the other books I'm reading. I'm just like honestly ready to get through this book. Bye y'all. Hey y'all. So I did finish Blood Like Fate. So my first book of the month done. I'm gonna give y'all my rating and then tell you about anything that I feel like telling y'all about. And then we're gonna move on to our next read, just like that. Just like that. Now I finished a book, like I'm feeling myself. Like I feel like I need to keep reading. Yeah, let's keep this momentum going. So I gave characters 5, honestly, because I've already told y'all in like 3 different clips, being in Voya's head was really annoying. She was very like not self-assured, which is like, I mean, if people in your whole entire life always baby you, or like they don't consider like your abilities all the time, you know, like you might start feeling like that. So I wasn't mad at it per se, but it was really annoying to be reading all the time. Logic 7, enjoyment 6. That ended up being 3.75 stars. So I'm not mad at it. It kind of felt like that. I was not rounding that up to 4 on Goodreads. It is though. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. I'm really happy that I figured, like, I read it so I know what happened, and I don't ever feel like, what if, like, you know, because like what if I didn't read it for like another 3 years or whatever, and I just forgot everything that happened, because there were times where I just didn't understand what was being referenced. I was like, I don't remember nothing like this. Also, I didn't remember this being so like LGBTQIA plus. Like 2 of our main characters, like, well, one is a main character and one is like a big character that's like constantly mentioned through both books, the duology. They're trans. And I was like, I did not know that. Like, I knew one of them was, but I forgot the other one. So yeah, it was gay. Also, they talked about like substance abuse, getting help for that, and then also like eating disorders. So if you are sensitive to those conversations, I definitely would like proceed with caution or just like avoid it altogether. And there's just so much back and forth about like, I was confused about what was going on a lot of the time. I wasn't sure like whose side we were really on, because at one point you would think somebody was an enemy, and then something would be unraveled and it's like, okay, are they working with us or are they working against us? Like, who's good and who's not? There was a lot of that. Like, there was definitely people we could not trust that were right under our nose. And it's like, as I was reading it, some things were just like, something's off here. But like, I just kept reading. I just kept vibing. Just like all the characters in the book, they were just like, well, that was something weird, but we just kept going about our day. It's kind of like that. I'll tell you about some of the things that I liked. I love how this was a Black community that was a matriarchy, because I don't think I've read a lot of fiction books that has a matriarchy. I feel like we should definitely get to that in real life. That's just me. It was also really interesting just to see how far people will go to protect their own family, for good, for bad, like whatever they'll do. Like, it's just really interesting to see like the lengths that people will go to make sure that theirs is straight. Not giving a f about nobody else though, but theirs. And also like what it really means to be family, because people can call you family and it can mean more than like people that actually share your blood, and you know, like vice versa and all that. So that was interesting. There was like Black trauma in here if you're someone that like only wants to read like Black joy. I am going to introduce the next book. I don't know anything about it for real. This is an arc. It is called I'll Have What He's Having by Adib Khorram. This is my first Adib book. This is going to be released August 27th. I do know that this is a male-male romance, so I'm excited about that. And I don't know if they're strangers or they're friends first. I literally don't know anything. So I think I'm going to just start reading it, trying to catch a vibe. And like, if I want to, I'll come back in and be like, this is what this is about. And then after this one, I have one more book I want to read. And then this video will be done. I'll see y'all if I have anything to say about the book. Hey, y'all. We are at 15% of the book. And I have some things. So we're following Farzan and David. They're both 37, which is really refreshing to me. The majority demographic that I read, I feel like, is 20s, maybe early 30s, but like late 30s? I don't know if it's every other chapter, but we do get both of their point of views. And they both love wine, which I really should have guessed from the cover. David, he is a sommelier. S-O-M-M-E-L-I-E-R. Sommelier. He's like a wine connoisseur. He's a wine director at this wine bar, and he's about to take an exam to become whatever. I guess like the top wine person. I don't know. He's studying, he locked in. He's like, I don't have time to fool with nobody for real. Like, he just moved from Chicago back home to Kansas City, Missouri, which Midwest representation. I never think. All right, now. I don't think I've ever read a book that had Missouri as like the main setting. So this is just something new. This is something new. And then I found out this is Adib's first adult romance. So I'm very much excited, because right now I'm really into this. Yeah. For me to be in a slump, kind of slump adjacent, for like 2 weeks, and then to pick up a book and then get to like over 50 pages in one day, I think that's a banger. I don't know. I might be speaking prematurely, but that's signs of a banger to me. Like, this is definitely, I feel like, 4 at least. At the beginning, okay, if you're hungry, if you like to eat, you need to eat a good meal before you read this book, because like the first opening scene, like Farzan is making this extravagant setup. Like, it's a bunch of Persian food, and when I tell you, like, I've never had this food, but I was like, the flavors were melting on my tongue. Like, I was imagining everything. I need that. Hashtag need that real bad. But he's also really into wine, but like obviously not as much as David, who's studying for it. But like Farzan's like, he's smelling the notes, he's shaking it, he's figuring out what the body's talking about. Like, he's one of them. Also, we got our first spicy scene before 15%. So if you're into spice, this does have spice in it. It wasn't the full shebang, but it was something. I really like the two main characters so far and the chemistry that they have. I feel like it can only go up from here. Hey y'all. It's currently 6:30 in the morning. I did get to, I'm trying to be quiet because it's quiet in the house. I did get to 30% last night. I'm really liking it. There is more like spice getting introduced. So again, like if you're not a spicy person, I wouldn't even go near this one. I'll be honest. I said it's pretty sad to read how Farzan sees himself. He compares himself to others a lot and he holds himself to a really high standard, and I just want him to be happy. So far, it kind of feels like Farzan is giving main character energy, and David is also like getting his point of view, but it's like there's not a lot going on. Like he's studying for an exam, he doesn't want a commitment. Farzan's like a hopeless romantic, he wants to settle down, and he just feels like his world's crumbling down. Like his siblings are doing way more than him, and he feels like his parents aren't proud of him and stuff like that. Like he's dealing with a lot of like self-esteem and self-worth right now, especially because like his dating life has been like so ass. He's just like, damn, he's gonna just be me. And like also he's like kind of in between jobs and like transitioning into like a new role, so he's just like feeling really like stretched right now. I could have found another word, but that's like the word that I use when like people are like doing stuff out of their comfort. I plan on reading some more today. I can't believe I got to 30% in one day. 30%? It's crazy. It's crazy. And I'm not gonna put the pressure on me to finish it today, because whenever I be doing that, I end up like being overwhelmed and not wanting to read the book. So my goal for today is to get to 50%. I think I can do it. Anyway. I don't care. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. This is not going the way I thought it was. I have not read in the last 2 days. And like, I wanted to come on here and be like, oh, not by choice. But like, literally whenever I have to the time to read, like my brain is just overwhelmed. Yeah, but I did get to 60% just now on I'll Have What He's Having. I started on like 43% today. So I feel like that's cutesy. I don't know. That's just me. There's a lot that has happened, and I don't really want to tell y'all because like there has to be some kind of mystery if you're interested. But I will say the sex scenes are very like graphic. They are moving fast right now. But there's also an expiration date. Damn, I don't even know what I've told y'all because I haven't talked to y'all in a while. Farzan is in a position where he owns a business. And David is wanting to move for a job opportunity, but he's always been a workaholic. It ruined his like last long-term relationship because he was just like, work. You better work. But yeah, he was like always talking about work, and like his ex was like, I'm not moving my life to, you know, whatever. And yeah, anyway, all of this, I'm getting so sidetracked, but one of them is like sick right now, and I just can't wait to like get to that scene where like the other person buys them like soup and like takes care of them and all that. Like I feel like this is where that's headed. Like that's the vibe that we're on, very much pouring into each other, very like grown and sexy love. Oh, to be loved. Also, I wrote down that sometimes there are way too many little details. Like we'll be set up for a scene. Like for example, Farzan was at like a meet, like not a meeting, but like a link up with his two best friends, and they were eating. He was like, Ramen got tea, but Arya didn't because Arya only drinks herbal, and then like I drink my espresso dark. Like, they don't say nothing for me to skim. Cause what? I don't even get to the words. Like sometimes I find myself just like skipping to where the dialogue is. All right. Hey y'all, I finally finished I'll Have What He's Having by Adib Khorram, and I ended up giving it 4 stars. So characters got a 6 out of 10. I love pretty much everybody but Farzan. He was so sweet, but like his self-doubt and just like overall self-esteem was just really hard to read at times, and sometimes he was just a little whiny. Atmosphere 8, writing style 8, plot 7, intrigue 8, logic 6. The relationship kind of like went fast. By 50%, it was like, and then about 80%, I think they had got into like a miscommunication type of thing. Didn't really like that, but it served its purpose in the long run. Enjoyment 7, just because again, like I was a little annoyed. But yeah, that was really cute. I really like that. But I'm gonna next read Rhythms Blues by Kimberly Brown. This is gonna be my second Kimberly Brown book. From what I know is this main character, her boyfriend is like a rapper, and she like ends up uprooting her life and moving with him and doing stuff for him, supporting him basically, and he does her crazy in these streets. He's for the streets. He's everywhere and anyone, you know? And I guess like her get back, she meets this guy, and I don't think it was intentional get back is what I'm getting from it. She ends up meeting this guy, and it turns out to be his music producer, so it's like, yikes. I wonder how that's gonna work. I'm gonna start reading that. I just had to update y'all. I finished the book. So happy. Why have I been reading the book for like 3 minutes and I'm already annoyed. We've already had a like not like other girls moment, and then like he just kissed her without her consent. He was like, I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to do what? This. Bitch, back up. And she's like, that's what started it all. Baby girl has a good head on her shoulders. She is an occupational therapist, I want to say. Following behind a man. Not very demure. Not very cutesy. Good morning, Bookies. It's currently 5 in the morning on a Wednesday. I have not read in like 2 days, but I wanted to tell y'all what I can recall so I can remember. I think I want to read today. I think I do. I don't even remember the main characters' names anymore. That's the gig. But what I remember is that the main character, like the female main character, her friend came down to visit her, and then her friend was like, actually, I'm staying. So anyway, she was with her dude that was a rapper, and like there's this industry lady, like this other rapper that everybody was trying to push for him to be with, because like it was like an opportunity for PR or whatever, and like in pictures they were already looking pretty cozy, and she was like, what, like, you know, disrespected me several times, but like the girl has even made remarks like acting like she's just way too comfortable, to be honest. Like I'm not even gonna tell you what she said. So she was like, you know, this, I'm not getting disrespected, I'm gonna have to move around. And that's already like, I only got to like 15%, I think, when I read the other day. Sometimes it just be feeling like every time I pull out this damn phone to record, it feels like the police is behind me. I cannot confirm nor deny this. I can't tell. It's pretty dark outside. I'm hoping it ain't, but I'm also, yeah. Anyway. Ooh, you really can't see me now, chat. Let me make this quick, because this is like not okay. So anyway, I hope y'all can still hear me. So she's like, whatever, like I'm finna move around, like I'm getting out of the house, because like she lived in a house that he owned. She's tired of the bullshit. And then our male main character, he is actually the producer that the rapper is working with, but they're just now starting their work relationship. So it's like, he's just like, this young is so annoying. Like he's not professional at all. Like he doesn't take his craft seriously, shit like that. But he doesn't know anything about the girl because she hasn't been at the studio with him. So I'm really excited. It's moving really fast. It's only 280 pages. So like on a normal day, I probably could have finished this. If I really locked in, I could have finished this in 1 day or 2. But now it's been like, I think this is like the 4th or 5th day that I've had like currently reading, which is fine. But I don't know, like reading has just really not been catching my attention. I've been on TikTok a lot, just trying to get my ducks in a row as well as like an adult. So bye y'all. Hopefully I have something very, I was gonna say very cutesy to say. Something, I don't know, later on, I don't know. Bye. Hey y'all, so I just woke up and I'm still reading Rhythm's Blues. I'm on like 30-something%. I really like the both of them, Channing and Rhythm. Just now, like, they were about to get intimate, and she was like a little hesitant, and he was like, yeah, like, I don't like your energy, like, I don't want to do anything if you're not comfortable. Like, again, the bare minimum. But like, it's just so sweet to read. Like when you read a book and then like people are consenting, like that should be happening and that should be the expectation, but it's not always, unfortunately. And especially in books, sometimes things get like glossed over because like it's supposed to be more passionate when things go like fast sometimes. I don't know. But I really liked that because he was just like, you know, I'm gonna step back. I don't want to do nothing like you're uncomfortable with. Like it's never that deep. I love that. And just on 30%, we got our first little sexy time. So personally, I love that because like they had ran into each other like 3 or 4 times, and like there's all this energy. It needed to go somewhere. I did not expect it to be spicy, and it was like basically one scene, and then they had rounds after that off closed door, and it was described. But yeah, I'm not mad at it. I would give it like out of 5, maybe like 3.5 on the spice, just because like I don't know, like I really love when the things are like a medium, like they're like drawn out and slow, but also like so medium. And also like when people, yeah, I'm getting freaked out on here. I don't know why I'm always telling y'all about the sex scenes and nothing else. Like get your mind out of the gutter, like be a lady, be a lady. But yeah, I really want to finish this today. My Kindle's saying I have 2 hours and like 20 minutes of it left. If I cannot lock in, today is Saturday. I've been busy all week. I've been tired all week. I think today is for me, for the girls. Okay, so I knew that the old dude, Raheem, and Channing would work together because Channing is a producer and Raheem is a music artist, but I did not realize that they were going to be like interacting a lot, and it's getting messy now. It's getting messy because Raheem's like, I got this pressure from like my girl, and then like the label wants me to be with this other, I don't even know if I told y'all this. He's been like pushed to like a PR thing to be with this other rapper. It's a girl. And then Channing was like, I thought Lady Lingo was your girl. And he was like, nah, it was something like that, but it wasn't like that. So it's everything that Rhythm thought it was. Basically, you disrespected her in some form or fashion. Like, if you did not screw that lady, you did something bad. And it's inexcusable. And I'm happy that Rhythm is moving around. But he invited her to a listening party and she's deciding to go. And I know Channing's gonna be there, and I hope he swoops her up and takes her out of there where Raheem can see. And he's gonna be like, what is she doing with that? Yeah, like, I need to read this ASAP. And I forgot to say, Rhythm has been very tight-lipped about what's going on in her life. So Channing doesn't even know that they're interacting with the same person when she talks about her past. Crazy work. It's gonna be Channing also being like, this is this? I am shook. Like, I feel like a man like Channing is gonna be like, yeah, I'ma head out. Like, I'm not dealing with that shit. Okay, y'all. I finished the third book and last book of this video. I'm gonna give y'all my ratings and then talk about like some of the stuff that I wanted to mention. Characters, I gave 9, atmosphere 7, writing style 7, plot 8, intrigue 7, logic 8, enjoyment 10. So it ended up being 4.25 stars. I'm talking low. I've been like sleeping on and off all day, and I finally like locked in and read the last 70% today. So I really love Channing's relationship with his mom and his grandma. They're two women that raised him, and he pours back into them, and they're like so supportive of each other. And his grandma was battling with Alzheimer's, and it progressively did get worse. But we do talk about like their journey as caregivers and all that, and like the load and just like caregiver burnout, and also just like to see what they instilled in him and how he treats women. I'm like, wow, like everything is not about materials or whatever. But one quote that I love that he said, "You never have to go in your wallet with me, and I'll never throw anything I do for you back in your face." Yeah. And it's just so sweet, like how he's just like, no nonsense, and like, I'm only about my business. And then like you get to the house and he's got dog seasoning, and he's preparing meals and snacks for when he goes to his grandma's house with the dog. Love to see it. And then Rhythm, for a while, she's kind of getting on my nerves because I was like, girl, like, even if you didn't have solid proof of him messing around, like Raheem or whatever, I'm like, he's not treating you how he should be. Like, you're at the house cooking his meals and he's staying up all night smoking in the studio in your house that you don't want. Like, he was not giving you what you needed. So I'm really happy that she finally got that through her head, and he was showing his ass. His full ass was out at the end, and then he turned that around because he knew. I really also love Rhythm's best friend, Neek. Her name's Monique, but she goes by Neek. She was just a writer the whole way through. Like, she was like, I support women's rights and wrongs. Like, it's whatever. Like, if you're happy with this guy, like, I'll deal with it. But, like, he ain't shit for real, sister. Like, where do you see this going? Like, constantly checking in with her. And their communication was just A1. I really like that. Also, something that, okay, it seems like I love Channing a lot more, which is crazy, but it's the truth. He said to her, you realize that you don't have to accept the versions of people who no longer align with who you are, right? People change and grow at different paces. Sometimes you outgrow them even if you love them. Oh, and then Rhythm, she showed that like, okay, I was playing around, but I can actually go get down through there as well. Because this girl tried her and she was like, you know what? Next time it ain't gonna be just one. Know who you're talking to and come correct before it has to go there, because I owe you one. Love to see it, love to read it. And I'll tell you the reasons why I avoided these books as well. So I did avoid Blood Like Fate. That one I ended up giving 3.75 stars. I don't know if it would have been a better time to read that. I didn't know that I was in a slump until I really read that. And I don't want to blame that book. I want to blame me, honestly. It just wasn't everything. It wasn't everything. But I was really avoiding that because the first book I gave 4.25 stars, and it wasn't what I expected from that one either. Even though I did enjoy that one, I wanted more from it, and my expectations were really high. And I shouldn't have done that for the second one, but I think I felt like it needed to like go harder, and it was fun. Then next I read I'll Have What He's Having by Adib Khorram. Oh, I didn't even say that was by fate-liselle Sambury, sorry. Then I read I'll Have What He's Having by Adib Khorram. I gave that one 4 stars. I really like that one. I love how the books, I slowly like the book that I was reading more. I really was avoiding this one because I had it for about 6 months as an arc, and the book is actually released sometime this week. If I have this out sometime this week. It's supposed to come out the 27th of August, 2024. And I had it in like June or whatever, but I don't want to read it that far out because I'm like, no one's gonna remember, and I'm gonna have to, you know, like no one's gonna remember if I talk about this book, and then it can't, you know, whatever. So yeah, it was really good. I'm glad I read that. I definitely want to read some more by Adib. Okay, and then last, Rhythms Blues by Kimberly Brown. 4.25 stars. Loved it down. Loved it down. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope that y'all enjoyed, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.